Hi everyone, I'm Tina, the creative guru with Gems, Paper, Scissors, and today I am playing with the Thoughtful Journey paper pack. I am going to do an altered object. This is an Altoids tin, and because you are part of the GPS Gems, Paper, Scissors Explosively Creative Community VIP group, you get some exclusive content. It is free. You can use it to play with the paper that's in your stash. It may motivate you to see beautiful things in new products. Some of the things I'm using are from my stash, from my Close to My Heart days. As you know, I did the slide over from Close to My Heart to Stampin' Up! In the last month. I have truly been having fun exploring and learning new products, new techniques, how to incorporate 6x6 papers into 12 by 12 traditional scrapbooking pages, and more. I am going to be posting exclusive content here of videos such as this at least 3 times every week, so a minimum of 12 times a month. Without further ado, I have an empty basic tin. You can find them in craft stores. You can reuse and repurpose Altoid tins. Sorry about that. It's a very emotional day for me today. And so I have a lot of phlegm built up. Saying goodbye to my favoriteest doggo ever. Uh, it's an emotional day. And the Thoughtful Journey is perfect for this entire month for me. So I ended up measuring this tin out, and it's 3.5 by 2 1/8, but it has rounded corners. And so I could just smoosh them in. I pre-cut these, but I do have, and I could use the backs. So if I wanted to go that way, I could. But I literally took one of our 6x6 DSP's Design Series papers and cut 3 pieces from it. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to put my trees on the inside and then a blank slate on the front. So I'm going to round these corners. And one of the neat things that Stampin' Up! Does is in the annual catalog under sticky business or adhesives, every adhesive has a picture or a chart that shows you what that adhesive might be best for. And because this is metals and papers and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, I'm going to go ahead and use the Tombows multi-purpose liquid glue. It shows that it's good for 3-dimensional projects, die cuts, embellishments, and paper cardstock type things. So its only drawback for me versus the Tombows clear liquid is that it is a latex based product. So I do have to be aware when I have people coming over that have severe allergies. So if you happen to have a latex allergy, Tombow does have a clear liquid glue, or in this case, I would probably use the fine tip glue pen, which is actually really cool. And a little goes a long way. It has a little needle attachment that goes through the chamber, so it is less likely to get gummed up. And I've been playing with that one too. I'm just still learning its viscosity to be more comfortable with it. And so this is a little sticky. If you let it dry, before applying it, it becomes a repositionable tacky surface. So you can actually make your own post-it notes using pretty papers, or you can make stencils that you can then position where you want it. Use it for your embossing or stenciling or layering of inks, and then lift it right off and go clean it. So it's pretty cool stuff. But again, it's latex based, so be wary if that's a medical concern for you. And it does get really sticky. Okay, so I obviously just cut my 3.5 by 2 1/8 piece of DSP. I rounded my corners. I used my liquid glue to attach it. I'm going to close that up. I'll reopen it to finish the drying process. And then for the third piece, again, just more of the same. Now, the cool thing about this paper pack, or one of the many, 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 many things about this paper pack that I love, it is so pretty. I'm not going to lie. I think it is just gorgeous. But it's got a lot of colors. So if I had chosen this side, for instance, I might pull out more of the melon or the wheat colors, but I'm choosing to go with the blues and the variety that it's imparting, because I thought it would be a really nice background for these little thistles. One of the 6x6 sheets is covered in these tiny little thistles. So I have been using my snips and just fussy cutting around each of them. I cut out 3 just because I thought that would be a nice balance. And I will attach those in a moment. Before we do that, I have a scrap of the Heather cardstock. The fun little labeled with love punch. I love the fact that these are heavy duty. I mean, this is stout, but I love the fact that you can close it and slide it into place so that it takes up a more concerted, dedicated spot. You have the image on the front, so if you have a shelf, which I don't have a very large space, but it's easy to tell what you have. So I'm just taking my scrap of paper, doing my punch, closing this up so it's ready to be put away. And then I'm going to stamp this, and I'm using, I could use probably a B-size block, but it wasn't readily handily available this very second because I set it down on my messy little 2-foot by 3-foot space. So I'm going to use a bigger one. And I'm using the polymer stamp set that's labeled with love. And it has the option of thin cuts or that punch. And I'm just doing Enjoy Today. These come on a carrier sheet. It's a little noisy quickly, and that's okay. Let's see, Enjoy Today is right there. It peels off. Place it on your block of choice. Sometimes they come from the factory with a coating, so I frequently will just like rub it on my hand, or I'll pre-ink it. And I'm going to use the shaded spruce. I think that'll look really good paired up with the thistles on this Heather cardstock. I just think that's really pretty combination. So pop these open. They slide up. This is a felted kind of a pad. It's a heavier duty ink pad than I'm necessarily used to. And I find that it's easy for me to over ink or to get my block I'm gonna balance that in. Leave that there for a second while I close my ink. And they have a nice ridge, so they stack nicely. I could move this particular sticker from the back and put it in the track if I'm going to be doing a lot of stamping. So if I put that right there, I'd be able to see what color this ink pad is really quick and easy. Super neat little design. We we label our edges ourselves because Stampin' Up is in 11 different countries, which covers a lot of languages. So there's lots of languages for our choices. Lift that up, clean my ink, my stamp, and then I'm just going to, again, continue using that liquid glue because I have it out. You could use a tape runner. You could use dimensionals, which we will be using here momentarily for those little thistles. And just kind of place it wherever you are comfortable. I'm doing it off to the side because I want room for my thistles going down the side. But again, place it where you're going to be happy. You can change. This is perfect for almost any paper. So the largest thistle is going down first. And I'm going to tuck that a little bit behind. Just like so. I'm going to use, I think I'll use that one. And for this particular one, I'm going to use a dimensional. Pop that on back. Peel off this little backing. And again, tuck a little bit of it out of the way. Line up this little leaf so it's between the little flirts of the writing. And finally, this cute little guy here. And I want to give it just a tiny bit more pop. So I'm going to double up my dimensional. Just like so. See how I put one dimensional on top of another? They don't even have to line up. I'm just giving it extra lift. Then I'm going to aim that, turn that stem down, and that's pretty much what I want. I have some of these pearls that is part of the Everyday Journey bundle. In case you did not know, a bundle saves you 10% off the bat. And starting June 5th, we are having an additional 10% off all bundles. So you really would end up with 20% off individual prices. So it's a heck of a screaming deal. We are also doing a 10% off our embossing and die cut machines. So that's all there is to making this really cute altered item. What am I going to use this for? Well, one of my daughters has asked to have one as a first aid kit for when she goes hiking. So I'm loading it up with some fun Band-Aids. We are really into this particular brand of Band-Aids because they're latex free. And they're pretty awesome. They're stretchy and they stick even when they get wet. We're going to put some antibiotic ointment, some hydrocortisone, some hand sanitizer, because hello, you can never have too much of that, and some zinc ointment. And that is going to go into her little hip pack for when she hits the trail. I hope you enjoyed today's video and little exclusive content for your enjoyment. I will be back later this week with another installment. I actually have about 20 projects planned, but I'm waiting for my shipment for more paper. So it should be here any day. Anyways, I will be back. Enjoy your day, and I will have more for you later. Bye for now.